Welcome, dear listeners, to the beautiful segment of Kakoli, Mahabharata with Pragjyotika. I'm your host, Bhaskar Jyoti Acharya, and with me it is...
Pragjyotika Tanvi Sarmah.
Hi, Pragjyotika. How are you?
I'm good.
You're good. And when your schools will be open?
I don't know now.
Okay, we don't know. Okay, let it be. Let's see when it opens.
Yes.
Right? So, in the last episode of Mahabharata with Pragjyotika, we had discussed that Pandu was the king of Hastinapura. But I know that Dhritarashtra was also the king of Hastinapur. Can you tell us the story of how Dhritarashtra became king of Hastinapur after once being rejected due to his blindness?
After Pandu, Dhritarashtra and Vidya were trained by Bhishma, Pandu was the king of Hastinapur. He went on a yatra and conquered many lands, and Hastinapur was a vast land after that. In his conquering yatra, he also went to Madra, and the king of Madra offered Pandu his sister Madri, and they were married. And after that also Pandu conquered many lands and returned to Hastinapur.
Madra was the one of the lands.
Yes.
Pandu conquered.
Yes. And then Madri was given to Pandu because as a sign of their friendship.
Achha.
And after that also Pandu went to Hastinapur, and it was great, and Bhishma, Vidur and many others also agreed that Pandu should now take a break. And so like that Kunti, Pandu and Madri went on to take their break in one of the forests. After that, one day Pandu heard a tiger growling, and he went to hunt for it. There he released an arrow which was like a Shabd Bheda arrow, which...
Oh, that arrow can follow a particular sound.
Yes.
Without seeing it.
Yes.
Achha.
And so like the sound was actually coming from Rishi Kingdom. So the arrow perched Rishi Kingdom, and it was not a tiger. Before dying, Rishi Kingdom gave a curse to Pandu that he would, whenever he comes in contact with his wives, then he will die. So after that, Pandu returned to Hastinapur and told the problem to Bhishma and Vidur also. After that, he himself proposed that he should go to the forest and take sannyas. He placed the crown of Hastinapur on Dhritarashtra and went to in the village. After that, one day he came in contact with Madri and died. So Madri felt bad that Pandu died because of him, so she also fall herself into the fire and herself also killed. And in the middle,
she did suicide. Actually.
Yes, and in the middle, before Pandu went to when Pandu went to the forest, all the 5 Pandavas were born. So after Pandu and Madri died, Kunti came with all the 5 Pandavas to Hastinapur.
Who were the children from Madri's side?
Nakul and Sahadev.
Nakul and Sahadev. And other Yudhishthir, Bhima and Arjuna are the sons of Kunti. All right. So again a question. Sri Krishna, he was also known by many other names. He was the most significant character of the Mahabharata, and he is the leading character of the epic. Can you explain to our little listeners about the birth of Sri Krishna?
The birth of Sri Krishna occurs at Mathura. So we have to turn our story. after Vasudev and Devaki get married, there is like an Akashwani that Devaki's 8th son will kill Kansa.
What is Akashvani actually?
The voice from the Akash, which is usually true.
So it's a heavenly voice.
Yes.
It's a sound coming from the heaven.
Yes.
All right. So what it was?
And after that, Kans was actually did very anyais and injustice to the people. So after the Akashwani, he threw Devaki and Vasudev in the dungeon. And
Now who was Devaki and Vasudeva?
Vasudev was one of Kansa's ministers and friend, and Devaki was Kansa's sister and the daughter of Ugrasen. There in the dungeon, all 7 children of Devaki are born, and Kans kills all of them. Vasudev
Kansa actually feared.
Yes, of Devaki's 8th son. So when Devaki's 8th son was born, Vasudev and Devaki hears from the god that they should leave the 8th son in Gokul to their friends Nand.
Achha.
So after that, they were worried that how they will go through all the guards and the gates.
And they have to save the eighth son,
yes.
baby.
So after that, one by one, all the guards just fall down to the ground and the gates all open.
And what happened to the other previous 7 babies?
Kans kills all of them.
All of them.
Yes. And
he was just waiting for the 8th number.
Yes. And after that, Vasudev goes to his friend Nand's and in Gokul. And when he was going, it was raining and the river Yamuna was flooding the place. And then also that snakes were keeping shelter to the baby.
How Vasudev did so? How it happened? So it was a night and so many guards are there.
Yes, so the guards just fell down because like magically. Achha. And the gates opened.
Achha.
So after that, Vasudev went to his friends and left Krishna there. But Nand said that if he just goes empty-handed again to the dungeon, then Kans will realize that they have done something to the 8th baby. So that night, Nand's wife Yashoda had also given birth to a girl. So Nand gives their daughter to Vasudev and he returns to the dungeon. After that, the guards all wake up and the gates all close.
Achha.
One of the guards informs Kans that Devaki has given birth to a baby. After Kans comes to the dungeon, he sees that the baby is a girl. Then also he was about to kill the baby when the baby flies up to the sky and disappears. And there's also a voice from the heaven that he couldn't kill the 8th baby and the girl is one of the gods.
Achha. What was the character of the baby in real? She was Mahamaya.
One of the gods, yes.
Achha, one of the gods. And that was the night when Sri Krishna born.
Yes.
In the dungeon.
Yes.
Achha. So what happens next to Sri Krishna?
He is in that day many of the other also children are born and they celebrate it, and in the morning all the flowers bloom and the trees are all in good shape.
Acha. So the nature was also celebrating in their own way of the birth of God Vishnu, one of the avatars.
Yes.
So what I know that there was a story where toddler Kanha was in contact with the demoness Putana. Did he overcome it? And
Kans sends Putana to Gokul because he has some doubt that
Kansa I mean, Kamsa didn't stop there.
No.
He continued to trying killing Sri Krishna, baby Sri
Yes,
Krishna.
when one of his spies informed him that all the nature is celebrating and the all of Gokul is happy because there are many children are born in that day. So Kansa sends Putna there to kill all of the children born in that day. So one by one she feeds her milk to all of the children born in that day. Last Sri Krishna was left, so she took him to one of the grounds, and when she was feeding she just died in that time.
And she has poison in her
Yes.
breast milk.
Yes. And after that Yashoda and Nand feel like Gokul is not safe for their
Baby Krishna.
yes, so they shift to a new village, Nandgaon.
What happens to Putana then?
She's dead. She
died.
just dies, yes.
She died. Dear listeners, here we end our episode for today, and we will talk more about the epic Mahabharata in next episodes. And today, I am Bhaskar Jyoti Acharya and Pragjyotika sign off from Mahabharata with Pragjyotika.
Thank you and goodbye.